Xiaomi Redmi K20 Pro is one of the much awaited smartphones of 2019 as it is believed to be a spiritual successor of the Poco F1 and also it comes with the Snapdragon 855 chipset. Starting at Rs 27,999, the K20 Pro takes on the Asus 6Z and OnePlus 7 smartphones, which are the other two phones available in the similar price range with the same chipset from Qualcomm. The OnePlus 7 starts at Rs 32,999 and it is one of the best selling smartphones on Amazon India right now. Last year, when Xiaomi launched the Poco F1 in India, we chose not to compare it with the OnePlus 6 or 6T because the former had several compromises. However, with the price gap between the Xiaomi Flagship and OnePlus Flagship killer coming down from a whopping Rs 13,000 to Rs 5,000 this year, we believe that it's fair to make a comparison between the Redmi K20 Pro and the OnePlus 7. Well, I've been using both the phones for a while now and here is which device has the upper hand between the two and which one will I choose between the two phones. Kicking off with the design, the Redmi K20 Pro is the better looking one between the two phones. The OnePlus 7 boasts of similar design as the OnePlus 6T, albeit the company has introduced new color variant. The K20 Pro has a rear back that stands apart from the crowd, and Xiaomi is calling the design of the Redmi K20 Pro as Aura Prime and the phone comes in three colors, carbon black, flame red and glacier blue. The black glass on the Redmi K20 Pro is a 3D curved one with flame patterns which shows the device in different colors once the light hits it. Both the phones feature a glass back and they both are prone to fingerprint smudges, which is the reason why both the companies are including a case inside the retail box. In the case of OnePlus 7, users will get a TPU case inside the retail box, whereas Xiaomi is bundling a hard case which is more durable. The power button on the Redmi K20 Pro has a red color accent which adds to the overall look and feel of the phone. Besides the real panel, the rest of the design elements are pretty much functional. On the OnePlus 7, we get the power button and alert slider to the right, while the K20 Pro features power button and volume rockers on the right side. The left of the Redmi K20 Pro left empty, but the OnePlus 7 features volume keys and SIM card tray on the same side. To the bottom of the K20 Pro, we get a SIM card tray, USB Type-C port and single speaker relay, and the OnePlus 7 has two speaker relays and a USB Type-C port on the bottom. The top of the OnePlus has just the secondary microphone, while the Redmi K20 Pro features a secondary microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack and the pop-up selfie camera. Besides the looks, one aspect where the Redmi K20 Pro shines when compared to the OnePlus 7 is the phone comes with a 3.5mm headphone jack, something which most of the phones are lacking these days. So big props for Xiaomi India for including the headphone jack on the Redmi K20 Pro. Both the phones offer similar in-hand feel, but do make a note that the Redmi K20 Pro is slightly on the heavier side at 191 grams compared to the OnePlus 7's 182 grams weight. And yes, the K20 Pro has a bigger battery as well. With the bundled hard case, the Redmi K20 Pro weighs just over 200 grams, something which I felt annoying during my usage. The TPU case on the OnePlus 7 doesn't much affect the overall in-hand feel. Moving on to the display, both the phones sport an AMOLED panel, and it's a huge upgrade on the Redmi K20 Pro compared to the Poco F1 which had an LCD panel. The K20 Pro has a bezel-less 6.39-inch Full HD Plus display on the front with a resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels. The OnePlus 7 rocks a 6.41-inch panel with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. Talking about the screen quality, it is pretty much similar on both the phones since they are AMOLED panels after all, delivering inky blacks and punchy colors. The K20 Pro gets ahead of the OnePlus 7 in the screen-to-body aspect ratio. Thanks to the usage of pop-up selfie camera, the K20 Pro offers almost bezel-less design and the OnePlus 7 has a more practical teardrop notch that houses the selfie camera. Viewing multimedia and playing games on the Redmi K20 Pro is an absolute treat. The display on the OnePlus phone is protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 6, whereas the K20 Pro's display has Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection. Both the phones support HDR on Netflix, with the Redmi K20 Pro receiving support just a couple of days ago. The Redmi K20 Pro is the first flagship smartphone from Redmi in India and it comes powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset, the same chip we have seen on the likes of OnePlus 7, Asus 6Z, OnePlus 7 Pro, Flagship 2 and so on. Both the phones ship in two variants, 6GB plus 128GB and 8GB plus 256GB of internal storage, and they both lack microSD card slot for storage expansion. The OnePlus 7 offers UFS 3.0 storage, whereas the K20 Pro has the good old UFS 2.1 storage, which is now trickling down to the phones under Rs 20,000 as well. Performance on both the phones is snappy, but what differentiates them is the software. When we say MIUI, what comes to every Indian consumer's mind is ads, Well, Xiaomi has confirmed that the Redmi K20 series will not have any ads like its mid-range or budget phones. However, MIUI comes with several third-party apps and they push notifications every now and then, which is confusing a lot of users who are looking to purchase the device. Xiaomi firmly confirmed the Redmi K20 series would not have any ads. If ads are the reason that's stopping you from buying the Redmi K20 Pro or the K20, then you can go and get one right now. Redmi K20 Pro's counterpart, the OnePlus 7 ships with Oxygen OS, which is the most loved Android skin out there, thanks to its optimizations, useful features, and more importantly, OnePlus timely software updates. As seen with other OnePlus phones, Oxygen OS on OnePlus 7 is optimized very well and the user experience is top notch too. MIUI on Redmi K20 Pro is optimized well with the Snapdragon 855 chipset, something which we won't see very often from Xiaomi. Usually, when a Xiaomi phone comes out, it's riddled with software issues and the user experience will be far from perfect. Although Xiaomi releases software updates to fine tune the experience, it's something every buyer is aware of right now. Nevertheless, that's not the case with the Redmi K20 and even the Redmi K20 Pro, as they offer a lag-free experience. Another area where both the phones compete against each other is in the in-display scanner segment. In-display scanners on both the Redmi K20 Pro and the OnePlus 7 are on par with each other, but the latter take you to the home screen faster than the former because of the animation speed. Also, the face unlock feature is super fast on OnePlus 7 compared to the slow opening of pop-up face unlock feature on the Redmi K20 Pro. Well, here comes the major part of this comparison, the cameras. The Xiaomi Redmi K20 Pro sports 3 cameras on the rear side, a primary 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor with f1.75 aperture, an 8 megapixel telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom support, and a 13 megapixel ultra wide lens with 124.8 degree field of view. Other camera features of the Redmi K20 Pro include 2x optical zoom, 10x digital zoom, laser autofocus, and face detection autofocus technology. On the flip side, the OnePlus 7 rocks two rear cameras, a 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor with f1.7 aperture that works in tandem with a 5 megapixel depth sensor. So the versatility factor is with the Redmi K20 Pro as it offers additional telephoto lens and ultra wide lens. But what about the real life performance? Let's find. As you can see in the images, the OnePlus 7 shots come out more natural and the colors look true to life. The Redmi K20 Pro boosts the colors and the overall picture looks oversaturated. Well, in some situations, the K20 Pro captures the better images that the OnePlus 7 and the HDR mode comes to the rescue to the K20 Pro. The portrait shots are pretty much similar on both the phones, but the K20 Pro allows you to switch between full body mode and telephoto mode for the portrait shots, one of the nifty features to have around. The low light performance again is better on the OnePlus 7, but only by a small margin. Both the phones ship with dedicated night mode to improve the images shot in low light and they help to some extent. On the imaging front, the OnePlus 7 is a winner to me. Well, at least for now. But in the video department, the Redmi K20 Pro shines. Talking about the video capabilities first, the OnePlus 7 has both optical image stabilization and electronic image stabilization support, while the K20 Pro has just electronic image stabilization support. Both the phones can record 4K video recording at 60 fps and 30 fps, 1080p video recording at 30 fps and 60 fps. The K20 Pro allows users to capture super slow motion recording in 960 fps and that too in 1080p and 720p quality. The OnePlus 7 also has a slow motion video recording feature, but it's capped at 480p and that too in 720p quality. In the 1080p video recording, the Redmi K20 Pro offers better one as the EAS kicks in. The colors on the K20 Pro are also on the natural side compared to the OnePlus 7. However, the 4K video recording department belongs to OnePlus 7 as the footage is stable compared to the K20 Pro. As for the selfie camera, the OnePlus 7 has a 16 megapixel Sony IMX471 sensor with f2.2 aperture and fixed focus. The K20 Pro has a 20 megapixel pop-up camera which has an aperture of f2.2. Features wise, it's the K20 Pro altogether thanks to its 6 portrait light effects. The pop-up selfie camera also acts as an LED light indicator for notification, a cool feature to have around on the K20 Pro. The OnePlus 7 is backed by a 3700 mAh battery and comes with a 20-watt fast charger inside the retail box. The K20 Pro has a bigger 4000 mAh battery and supports up to 27-watt fast charging. However, inside the retail box, the K20 Pro has an 18-watt fast charger. Talking about the charging speeds first, it's the OnePlus 7 that wins the race by a decent margin using the bundle charger. The OnePlus 7 takes just over 90 minutes to fully charge from 0% to 100%, whereas the K20 Pro takes around 105 minutes to do the same with the bundle 18-watt charger. However, with the 27-watt charger which Xiaomi has launched for Rs 999, the K20 Pro charges in less than 80 minutes from 0 to 100%. As for the battery life, it's the Redmi K20 Pro leading the way with a better screen on time of around 6.5 hours compared to the OnePlus 7's 5.5 hours of SOT. The slightly bigger battery and MIUI optimizations are making the Redmi K20 Pro a winner in the battery segment. In almost every aspect, the Redmi K20 Pro gave a tough fight to the OnePlus 7, and in most departments it has beaten the latter with ease. Design-wise, it's the Redmi K20 Pro. Display-wise, it's the K20 Pro again, and battery-wise, it's all about the K20 Pro. But OnePlus 7 has some significant advantages going for it. For now, I prefer the cameras on the OnePlus 7 because they offer natural images and the Oxygen OS user experience is unmatchable at this point. That being said, the Redmi K20 Pro has the price going its way. The K20 Pro's base variant is priced at Rs 27,999, which is Rs 5,000 lower than the same variant of the OnePlus 7. The 8GB plus 256GB variant of the OnePlus 7 costs Rs 37,999, whereas the same model of K20 Pro costs just Rs 30,999. Well, which phone I would have chosen between the two? I would have liked the Redmi K20 Pro with Oxygen, but we all know that's not going to happen. And I'll go with the Redmi K20 Pro here, especially because of the huge price gap it brings along. The OnePlus 7 is a great smartphone nevertheless, but the K20 Pro undercuts it by a huge margin. What's your pick between the two phones? Let us know by commenting below. This is Chakri signing off.